What up, guys? Part 2 of this video. Probably gonna be 2 parts. I ain't trying to make too many parts of this. So the first part kind of being, you know, the taking apart everything, breaking everything down. Second part being putting everything together, putting it all together. So right now we're just basically gonna get a little cleaning done. Clean the block. We got our heads resurfaced. Clean those blocks. Clean those heads up a little bit. Yeah, but here's the 5.3 we'll be working on. As you can see, she's a little ugly. Well, she's not too bad. She's not too bad. The front is a little higher because I had to put some spring spacers just for the front tires when it rub. They rub because of the offset of these. They're supposed to be like 4x4 rims, so they kind of stick out. So I'll take off that spring once I get my rims. But this is how she's looking for now. We plan on doing a whole build, guys. Paint, rims, interior, cat eye swap. And turn it in that bad, but could be better. Go ahead and clean the bed up with more bed liner. It's just a little dirty. I already got some bed liners, pretty new, so I just gotta do like little touch-ups like this. But yeah, fellas. So right now we focus on engine, and that's what we doing now. So basically just clean this area where our heads go, you know, so we get when we get those back on, make sure we get a really good tight seal. Go ahead and do both sides. We'll also hit it with really fine sandpaper. We got back our heads. Check it out. Nice and resurfaced. What y'all think? They didn't clean them though. I thought they was gonna clean them, but I'll go ahead and just clean them. All right, there we go. We got our heads all nice and cleaned up. Ready to get put back together. We're getting the seals off of this one. Get all those seals off, put the new ones. We'll start putting this thing back together. Look at all these parts we got, guys. Whole lot of parts to install in this shit. All right, we got our first head right here. We're gonna start putting that together. Got our seals right here. Some pack racing valve springs. There we go, got them all on. On to the next. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and get these valves in. We got them marked off so we know exactly where they went, each one. So, yes sir. All right, there we go, got all those in. Turn it around and get to the next. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and get our springs in. Get those in next. So similarly to taking them off, we gotta use this little thing again to insert back the little pins that lock in the springs. So we gotta do each individually one. There it is, we got those all on. Not too bad. Good to go. Now that we got the driver's side done, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the passenger side and do the same thing. it is, guys. Both heads done. New seals, new springs. All good to go. Yes, sir, and on to the next. All right, just doing some last minute cleaning on this block. So we go ahead and get those heads installed, get that cam in, and get the installation going, fellas. Got a lot of shit to get in. Still got all these boxes. Let's get it. Got our LS7 lifters right here. Go ahead and check those out. Probably what we're gonna install first. LX acceleration, guys. Don't get no better. You see it.
Yeah.
All right, there's our lifters. We're gonna go ahead and let those soak a little bit in oil before we get those in. And like I said, we're just gonna go do a last minute cleanup just of that area, so you know everything's clean and smooth. Here's the cam we'll be installing. Of course, you feel me, it's gotta be the Texas cam. Here are the specs if you guys wanna see those. Right there. You wanna see 212, 218. This is the Stage 2 high lift cam, I believe. There it is, fellas. In all its glory. Mira nomás. Look at it. Of course, doing all these mods, we gotta have all new seals, head gaskets. We got it all, everything we need. Y'all can see the head gaskets down there. New bolts for the heads. Y'all know the deal. We'll be doing the cam first, so we'll go ahead and clean that one up first. Get that one going. Then we'll go with the lifters, then the heads, and take manifold. Let's get it. We got that area nice and clean, as you can see. Now we're gonna go ahead and put in this cam. Everybody's been waiting for it. We're gonna go ahead and just treat it with a little bit of oil, even though it already is a little bit, but could be better. See that right there. Woo! Y'all see it? Got it treated. Now in she goes.
Careful not to bang it up too much.
Be nice and gentle going in. Just gotta wiggle it around a little bit. Gotta get it in there. Gotta rotate it and move it around. There you go. That's about it. And it's in. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy. You see it? So just do some last minute touches and then throw on this molly gasket. And then on to the next. Yeah, so we just realized this gasket's a little different. It's gonna use
countersunk bolts.
You can see those are, this plate's a little carved in rather than the stock one where it's completely flat. So we're gonna have to get some new bolts. This is the original one. See how it's flat?
Okay.
So we'll just use these for now just to hold it on until we get those bolts, and we'll move on to the next. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to our lifters and trays. That's next. Yeah, so when you're putting those lifters in, you just want to double check and make sure that lifter aligns with the cam. So make sure that lifter's hitting the cam. So we just gotta pull it out just a little bit. We're gonna put it in place and then just lock it in. All right, we ran over to a bolt store real quick. Got these ones, same dimensions, just sunken bolts that plug right into that sunken plate right there. So we should be good to go. All right, we got that plate in. Now we can go ahead and throw the gear back on and get that cam secured into place. Now you just gotta make sure when you're putting that wheel back in, you put it in the same way it came off, right bud?
Yep.
All right, there it is.
Pretty simple.
Just like that. Good to go. Now we'll go ahead and tighten the wheel. For those 3 bolts, definitely torque spec those. All right, we'll go ahead and torque those to 26 foot-pounds.
Tighten it a little bit first.
So we did 23 instead because that 26 has been a little sketchy. A little sketchy. You didn't want to break or snap a bolt, so we just did 23 pounds. That works just fine as well.
And then make sure it goes back in time.
Yep. Make sure all our pistons move smooth. Everything's timed. Nothing gets stuck.
So far, we already did 1 rotation, so nothing's getting stuck.
1 rotation so far, so good. All right, now we're gonna place our lifters into the trays. Make sure everything's all oiled up. Everything rolls smooth. Then we'll go ahead and get those placed in. Go ahead and place our first ones. And there it is. Just kind of sliding it in there, hitting it a little bit. Should slide in pretty smooth. First one down. And after putting in that first one, just gonna go ahead and repeat the next 3. Same process, different location. Got those bolts in, bolted up. Now we just gotta tighten them. So now we move on to the next side. All right, so we got all the trays in, and then we'll go ahead and tighten these up and get onto the heads. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add our gaskets and start putting those heads on. Got all our new bolts here for the installation. All the longer ones, 2 shorter ones. Oh, there it is, head is in. Now we just gotta tighten her up.
Some bolts.
She's good to go. Go ahead and throw all the bolts in now. It's gonna be pretty much the same thing, guys, same way you took them off. There's gonna be a certain pattern to the bolt and how you tighten them. You just look that up online and that'll help you out. Now when you torque those in the order you need to, then you could go ahead and torque it down to 22 at first. Right, bud?
Yep. First pass, 22 foot-pounds.
First pass is 22 foot-pounds, and then you go up little by little. There we go, we got all those torqued up to 22. Just go ahead and double check them. And as for those smaller bolts, those are only gonna get one pass for 22 pounds.
Just mark them that they're done.
You only need to do those once with 22 foot-pounds. You should be good. Then we'll go ahead and use this to measure the 90 degrees. And we gotta turn each bolt. Yep, so that's pretty much it for the first pass, 90 degrees. Now we got to do it one more time.
One more time on all the long bolts, and then 50 on the short.
And then 50 on the shorter ones.
This side is done.
Done. On to the next side. Now we're just going to go ahead and restart back to number 1.
Final pass.
Right there, do one more pass. Should be good. On to the next head. Repeat, same thing on the other side. So I won't show too much of the other side. It's gonna be the same pretty much process. All right, that's pretty much it for that side. Now we'll do the driver's side head. Same process like I said earlier. So we did our first pass for 22 pounds, our second pass for 90 degrees, and we're doing our third pass now on each bolt for the last 90 degree pass. So 3 total passes. First one's 22 pounds, a 90 degree, and then your third 90 degree. That's about it for the heads. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our push rods. We got these chromoly push rods from Texas Speed. You guys know the deal. Go ahead and put those in next. So yeah, they're gonna go each individual one into each individual hole. Just go ahead and drop them in. So we'll just go ahead and do both sides. Same thing on this side. Just drop them in. If you want to dip them in a little oil before you put them in, you can do that too. All right, so that does it for that side. Got them all onto this side. All right, now that we got those push rods in, we're gonna go ahead and throw on the rocker arms. We'll do passenger side first, then the driver's side. We're throwing everything on the same side it came from. So we mark this one DR driver. Just like that. Now we'll go ahead and tighten it up. All right, got this side of the rocker arms on. When you get these on, you want to make sure that that end, this end are both placed on the push rod and on the spring. Make sure everything's lined up good. So now we'll just go ahead and get those tightened up. Now on to the next. Ooh, the single cab is coming, guys. And for those who don't know, this is a complete build. We're doing rims, paint, cat eye swap, interior. We're doing it all, but got to get the engine right first. We'll go ahead and change the crankshaft seal. Already got the old one out. Pop in this new one and throw that cover on. And as far as for this seal, we're just gonna go ahead and reuse the same one. It was still in pretty good shape, so we'll go ahead and reuse that one. Just throwing a little silicone for extra security. It should be good to go. We'll go ahead and slap that on. Yes, sir. Go ahead and do a few last spins before we put it all together.
Compression.
Good compression. Everything seems pretty smooth. Looking good, fellas.
And then the timing.
Timing.
Right there. And then
Right on.
Hands up.
Go ahead and get those covers on. Of course, we got new seals, new gaskets for those too. And there's those gaskets. We'll go ahead and throw those on. Got those all nice and clean. Now for the bolts that come off the valve cover gasket, we'll just go ahead and cut these off with a razor. Slip on the new ones, just dip them in a little oil. Slip on the new ones into the cover, onto the head. Already got the first one on. Looking good. So now we'll just go ahead and throw this last gasket on. And that should be pretty much it as far as the whole cam process. Obviously you don't gotta do all this, but if you want a legit cam, you do the springs, you do the push rods, if you do the whole deal, obviously you're gonna go through this whole process. So that's gonna be pretty much it as far as the cam process. There it is, just slap that on, get that tightened up. We're that much closer, guys. Obviously we can't start it yet. We got a few more things we gotta put back on. A few other upgrades as well.
Get the radiator thing.
So that's gonna be pretty much it for this. You guys know what comes next. Putting the rest together, throwing that playback on, fan, radiator, belt. You guys know the deal. Intake manifold. We're also doing the E85 sensor, the fuel pressure regulator. And then that should be pretty much it, right, bud?
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty much it for this video, though, guys. You guys know the deal, man. The Mamaloski's coming. La Mamaloski's coming. We're getting every step closer. We'll try to get it started probably in the next video or two. That's gonna be pretty much it, man. Y'all know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow your boy for the updates on this truck. Updates on the Datsun coming soon too.
Yep.
If you guys haven't seen the Datsun, check some of my older videos. You guys will see shit on that truck. My buddy's waiting for what?
Waiting for some tires.
Waiting for some tires. So until we get those tires, we can't move that truck, but I'll see y'all later, man.